All right, so we'll give it a second here. I'm sure it's gone live. At least it shows that it is going live now. All right, perfect. And my crappy Wi-Fi looks like it's working really well. So, good evening, all. How's everybody doing tonight? Again, as always, you know the routine. I don't really plan these. I just kind of do it if I have time. And if you guys come out, great. If not, no problem. You know, right now it's very intimate. I believe we have 9 people watching, so that's pretty cool. And again, we were using StreamYard. So, StreamYard is very, very user friendly. So if you have not used it and you do streaming, highly suggest it. And no, I don't get paid for that. So good evening, C. Kim, Pistol Pete. I'm sorry there is no 10,000 giveaway. I'll give you my love. Ty J, hello, sir. Craig, how are you? The Armsman, hello, sir. So let's see. Pistol Pete is saying, just watch Gun Owner of America Eric Pratt's video on Fox News debating about background checks and red flag laws. He did well. It's kind of interesting. There's a lot of talk about that, obviously, for many, many reasons why. I think it's an inevitability, unfortunately, because they have to be able to do something. And I'm not saying I agree with it, but you know how that is. You know, they want to try to get as many people on board and not be harassed. So I think we're going to be screwed. Captain Shark, hello. Daniel, how are you, sir? Um, it's okay you're not watching, but you're seeing my hat, so that's weird. Let's see. Nicholas, how are you, sir? Budget Barbecue, good evening, sir. Radagast, he's at the Jersey Shore. I hope you're enjoying it. Weather is beautiful today. And Philip Harper, hello. So how's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully you're living your dream. So again, there's no real set anything tonight. So we just kind of do whatever we want at this point. One of the things that was kind of interesting, the last chat we did, the 3 guys gun chat or 4 guys gun chat now, since we have Honest Outlaw coming on with us for every as much as he can. But that was demonetized. I guess we said some, I don't know, some really dangerous things. So hopefully this won't get demonetized. We'll see. Let's see. And yes, Daniel, I caught that really quickly. I know. I'm very smart. Red October, hello. How are you? Revolver, how are you, sir? Let's see. So let's go through some of this. So Red October is saying, I'll take mental background over them banning our guns any day. Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to say, because there's so many unknowns about it because you don't know exactly what is the system they're going to be using, who's actually going to be holding these people accountable, who's going to determine what's mentally deficient versus what's not. So I think there's going to be a lot of problems. There's a lot of pitfalls with this. Do I think obviously we have a problem with people who are not right in the head who are getting their hands on firearms? Yes. And, obviously that's a problem. Now, again, everybody's making videos about don't demonize mental health or whatever. I don't think anybody's doing that. And I have never said that. There are obviously people who have legitimate mental health reasons. And, like I've always said, the problem is that if, let's say you have somebody who's suffering from PTSD or, some other problem, I don't know, you name it, but they're not any threat, they're not violent, does that mean they're automatically disqualified from owning a firearm? And I think that's a problem because there's no way to know that. All right, let's see what else is going on. La, la, la. Sorry, guys, I got to catch up. This thing goes faster, though. Let's see. Okay, so Pistol is saying they need to pass constitutional carry laws and shoot back at these cowards. I don't think that's ever going to happen, especially now in our environment that we're in. Um, I think that would be challenging the courts anyway. States' rights versus Fed rights. Budget Barbecue saying he just got a Walther PPSM2 the other day. Great carry option. Thoughts? I've actually had a few of them. I actually had the RMSC. They're good guns. I mean, solid guns, nice shooters. The only thing I didn't like the trigger on it. I wasn't a big fan of the trigger. And also, it just seemed a little bit off balance compared to some other single stacks. As many of you know, my favorite one is right now the Shield 4-inch. I absolutely love this gun. This gun is fantastic. So if you don't have any experience with the 4-inch, I'd highly recommend it. It is really a nice gun. Shoots well, carries well, and if you do the mag guts, you get 8+1 and 10+1. So you can't beat it. It's really good, solid choice. Red October saying, pick your battle, fellas. Only those that the mental health effects will be the ones complaining. That's true, but again, you got to be careful because, are we all going to be labeled something? And then we don't really have a choice. That's the problem I have with it. All right, let's see. Red, you're correct again. They are coming, whether we want them or not. They're absolutely going to be on the agenda, and there's nothing at this point we're going to be able to do about it. And yes, my concern is about veterans who are going to have their firearms taken away. And, and again, you're going to have people who are going to be calling in these red flags unjustly without any sort of evidence or proof. And then what do you do? I mean, how do you go into somebody's home who's got guns because somebody said something? I just think that's ridiculous. Let's see. This one was interesting. Epstein found hanging in his jail cell today. What a surprise. The day after they released all those documents. And I'm sure there were more names that were going to follow after that, one being probably Bill Clinton. So we'll see how that plays out. I don't think, I think there's going to be conspiracy theories for a long time on that one. Nick is saying, how about holding parents, teachers, and police accountable for not getting kids committed? That would make them ineligible to buy firearms. So the only thing I have with that is that, first off, and I'm just going to say this, I'm tired of people blaming teachers and police and other parts of the community. I would actually hold the parents more responsible than anywhere else. And the reason why I'm saying that is because for too long, parents have basically given up raising their children. Their expectation is that the community will raise their kids. You cannot do that. You cannot expect somebody who's making very minimal money, whether it's a police officer, a teacher, a firefighter, whatever it might be able to raise your kids for you. So for me, I don't blame any of them. I blame parents. Okay, parents are on the front line of raising children, not the community. So that's my only issue with that one. Oh, I gotta try to catch up here. There's a lot. Let's see. La, la, la. Daniel's wife will not leave her 938 so he can do a review. Just steal it. Just take it from her. Anthony Lamastro, how are you, sir? I'm trying to catch up, guys. So if I'm trying to do my best here. Let's see, and this is an interesting one too. They can red flag you for having too many firearms, and that's very interesting because I have a lot of firearms. Am I a threat to the community? Nope. But my concern is they would do that. The problem with this is that it depends on the court. If you have a very, very heavily Democrat court, you have a problem, definitely. Tajay saying OCD, ADHD, ADD are all mental health conditions. So yeah, there are justifiable reasons to oppose. I agree. La la la. And I know that Dennis is bringing this one up, but look at the several stabbings we had in the past couple of days. You had that one guy who just went crazy in California and was stabbing random people. Does that mean we automatically ban knives? But again, they'll justify it by saying the reason why is because he didn't kill as many people as if he had a gun. So because he only killed, I think he killed 4 in those stabbings, then that's okay. I mean, you can't use the logic for one side of it if you're not willing to use it for the other side. Pistol, you keep guessing that. You are wrong. You're wrong. I will say that my wife's a teacher. So, yeah. But keep guessing. It's good guesses. But you're totally wrong. Let's see. La, 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 la. Why, thank you. 12. Dennis B. Do I still have my '01 Urban Gray? How much extra did you have to spend to make it near compliant? I spent, I believe, $125 extra to have the threaded barrel removed and recrowned. So, and yes, I still have it. Those are keepers. All my P01s are keepers. So the PCR is a keeper. Just good stuff. Warsaw Patriot, hello, sir. Dave Gass, hello. Let's see. Dave Gass is having some fun with his little pup who's getting trained. Hello, Ninja Scout. Duby Antimano. Hello, sir. Ban the media. Yeah, if we could only. Yeah, killing 4 out of 6 is still pretty detrimental. I agree, especially if you're one of those 4 or if you're one of the loved ones of those 4. But again, they've marginalized that because it's not as many and it doesn't capture as many highlights on the newsreel. Let's see. 1,600 deaths by knives versus 600 from guns. Very interesting. Tactical knives versus throwing knives. The difference is one is sharper than the other. All right, let's see. Do you agree that a lot of these shootings are responsible? Wait, hold on. Do you agree that a lot of these shooters are responsible and just for one of the things? I don't know what that means. That's kind of confusing for me. That school board School boards haven't helped kids who've been bullied 24/7 after asking for help. It's a case by case basis. Again, you can wave the magic or the very wide brush on everything and say, well, this didn't happen and that didn't happen. But there's so many other variables that are involved. And, the only reason why I'm so familiar is because, like I said, I have people in my family who are involved in education. And so, I hear the stories and I understand that schools today have been put in this very odd position. And that odd position is that they are now supposed to be the teacher, the guardian, the parent, the disciplinarian, the psychiatrist, the police officer, the best friend, the you name it. And there's no way that that can happen. It's just not possible. And yet everybody's very quick to blame schools, but you also have to realize that about 90% of the schools and how they run their programs are based off of two states in the union. So I'll give you guys a chance to guess what two states they are. Let's see. I don't know how it works in other states, but if the police take someone in Maryland, there is a 72. Yeah, those are Baker Acts. Um, it's very similar here. It's everywhere. The 72-hour rule, you're Baker acted if you're a harm to yourself or someone else. There's also another one I can't remember, but yeah, that's true. Let's see. I'm going to skip through some of these. These are great questions, by the way, everybody. Really appreciate it. Let's see. This is great. The government can't keep a guy on suicide watch alive, but they can keep you alive if you're disarmed. It's a great point. Uh, this is kind of an interesting one here that Brian brings up. Hello, Brian, by the way. I bet one of those four wish they had a gun. It's kind of funny. Like that's immediately what I thought about. If I would have had a gun and this guy approached me with a knife, totally different story. So that's why if you're a carrier, you need to carry. And if you are a licensed owner that can carry, you need to start if you don't. Let's see. And then Warsaw saying, don't forget schools have also been indoctrinating our kids as well. Again, do I think that's true? I don't. I don't. And I know that firsthand. I think it's a much larger problem than you're maybe aware of. And again, I may be speaking out of term, but I can tell you right now, you also have a difference between urban schools versus rural schools. I guarantee you, rural schools are not indoctrinating kids as much as maybe the urban schools are. Yankee Marshall has been flipping out a lot lately. I left a long comment on his last video, and I don't want to talk about him because I'm tired of his mouth. I'm tired of him talking because he just talks about himself. I've never seen anybody who sits there and says, well, I and me and I and me almost the entire video. If you watch some of his rants, it's a lot of I's and a lot of me's. And I can't be bothered listening to that crap. If you don't want drama, don't create it and don't surround yourself with it. But he claims he doesn't like the drama. He most certainly does. That man gets off on it. And, it's true. That's how I feel about it. And it may not be how you guys feel. Let's see. If you think about it, Chicago literally has mass shootings every weekend. Literally. You're correct. So is it different because all the killings doesn't place in one building or an area? No, because the problem is again, it's all smoke and mirrors, so they address when it's a big national issue because they're going to make it so that, it's the president's fault. But if you look at all these urban areas, and I can't say all of them, but probably the high majority of these urban areas, they're all in economic decay, social decay, academic decay. And there's crime, there's gangs, there's all this other stuff going on. They're all run by Democrats. And yet they're going to preach to the nation, we need to do this. Clean up your own damn cities, man. Clean up your cities first. Reinvest in those people, and see what happens. But they won't do that either because that's a message they don't want to get out. Yep. And Warsaw, that is correct. Some schools are, not all of them. Yankee Marshall is an out-of-touch lunatic that is dangerous to our community. That's putting it nicely. Let's see. Budget Barbecue. He cut the gun off the security guard's belt after he stabbed him. Yeah, that's true. Yep. All right, so Warsaw is taking over this chat. I like this guy. I'm doing a challenge, and I wanted to bring it up to you guys. The challenge is called Make a VR for America. Basically, I want people to spread the positive message about what America is, and got to finish that statement. I'll be honest with you. I've made those statements before. I have no problem talking about how great this country is. But finish it up, and we'll read it. You're not doing it for me. You're doing it for your country. Oh, that's true. Oh, make a video. Do you have a channel? I'm sorry if you do. I have maybe I've never seen it or not, but have a channel and do it, man. Let's see. Oh, Kathleen, you got to get with it, girl. I'm sorry. I don't have any agendas. I'm like crazy. I just do whatever I want. Let's see. Bald and Curious is here. Yo, Baldy, I just bought myself one of those jugs. I bought some vinegar and some Dawn, and I'm going weed killing tomorrow. Just so you know. And here's a typical response. Shot my Glock red dot. I'm shooting crappier. Yep. Good luck. All right, so Warsaw, I'm gonna look at your channel afterwards, and I will subscribe because I didn't know that, sir. Actually, let me see if I can do it here. I don't know if I can do it on here. Let me see. Let's see. Warsaw Patriot. I'm gonna go to your channel right now. Oh shit. Whoops. This is what happens when you're. Oh, there it is. Look at that. All right. So everybody go to Warsaw Patriot and subscribe to his channel. Yeah, I'm looking at your stuff. Yeah, check it out. Solid. All right, so everybody check out Warsaw Patriot if you haven't. All right, let's see. Murder some weeds. I can't say that on this. I'm just going to get demonetized because I said the word murder. No such thing as bromances in my vocabulary. I don't really have those things. I don't have any bromances. You know why that is? I think it's because, and again, I'm not going to say that this applies to everybody, but I think people who have bromances don't have enough confidence in themselves. That's the way I look at it. Let's see. All right, so it says Clint Buckaloo. Try the new Langdon trigger bar on your M9A3 with a trigger job in a bag. Really? It's interesting you brought that up because I actually shot this enormous beast just the other day. This is the 90-2. This is a very odd gun for a lot of different reasons. I'm not going to go into it too much, but this was a really good attempt. This is eventually the evolutionary gun to the M9A3, but it missed in a little bit of the areas. And I'll tell you where it misses right now is this grip. It sucks. It's absolutely trash. It needs something on there. So it's going out. It's going to get stippled because it's crazy slippery. I mean, this gun, if I didn't grab it like I wanted to choke the life out of it, this gun would have been flopping out of my hand. It's just so damn slippery. It's ridiculous. But I will look into that. But also with this, I'm actually going to do some work to it. I got some things coming up from Wilson Combat that's going to be put in here. So I'm pretty excited about that. No, I didn't get it for free. I did pay. But they hooked me up a little bit with a discount. So that was really cool of them. All right, let me see. La, 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 la. What do you think of the guy who showed up? Oh, what a moron. First off, I was watching this story about him today. And if you guys don't know, this is the 20-year-old turd who decided to go into Walmart armed to the teeth with, a tactical rifle, they called it, and a pistol and, 100 rounds of ammo or something like that. And decided to think that this was going to get him a lot of attention. He was going to be rich and all this other crap. And of course, it makes everybody who's a real gun owner look like a complete tool bag. So unfortunately, this guy, screwed it up. But now he's being arrested. So whatever. But what a tool. And I say that because apparently he bought the rifle the day before he decided to do this. And he had asked his wife to videotape him, and she said, "No, you're a moron." He asked his sister, and she also said, "No, not a good idea." And then he went ahead and did it anyway. So you know what? I hope he goes to jail for being an idiot. Let's see. Ray Stupka is saying that he picked up his Sig X compact today and it feels great. Yeah, I got to tell you also, if I have it out here, I don't even know if I do. I actually shot this one too. This is the P225A1. Holy crap. This gun, man, I love this gun. I actually carried it for the first time today. After shooting, I felt very good about it, enough to carry this sucker. And this gun is awesome. The only downside, low capacity, but absolutely great, great gun. I wound up putting an 18-pound hammer spring in here. I tried the 19, didn't really change the weight or the feel on that double action too much. But the 18-pound hammer spring from Wolf Springs in this gun, perfect. That's all I can say. Just absolutely perfect. Great gun. That's totally not a SIG compact. I'm sorry, but congratulations to you, right? I gotta scroll down. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, this is true. Ty is saying that thankfully the guy got stopped by a legal armed citizen who was a fireman, by the way. And it's kind of interesting how none of that information was really broadcasted wide. Everything was focusing on the idiot as opposed to the hero who actually detained him and didn't shot him. He didn't shoot him either, which is even better. Let's see. He was in my town, Springfield, Missouri. Cops said pistols are normal and okay. A CCW holder stopped him in Missouri. We will shoot any crazy people that try any BS. I don't know if I'm coming over to SIGs completely because I can't afford them. And honestly, I'm not really into and I've said this before, I'm not really into the polymer SIGs. I mean, they're solid guns. I don't know if necessarily I would, want to trust my life to them anymore, especially with a lot of the problems they've had with the 320s and the 365s. But I definitely like the metal SIGs. Definitely like them, but they're just so damn pricey. I mean, it's just crazy expensive. So, and like I said, the bonus of this was I got it used for a little over $400, and it never got shot. It was brand new. Let's see. Dave's saying he's trying a Sig Legion single action only 226. Yeah, I can't afford that. Who am I kidding? All right, let's see. Clinton is saying he uses a 17-pound spring. You never had a light primer, huh? I was going back and forth. I was reading a lot of the forums, and people were saying the 19s are fine. A lot of people were saying the 18s are fine. Some people were saying they're having light primer strikes on the 17-pound trigger or hammer spring. So I kept it at 18. I feel really good with the 18 at this point. I think it's pulling at like a little bit over 9 on the double action and a little bit over 3 on the single action. So I'm okay with that. That's a pretty solid double single action. Plus it has the SRT on there. And that reset is just freaking awesome. So it's really, really a solid handgun. But, again, would I buy it if it was brand new? Heck no, because it's A+1. Big Johnson's in the house. Let's see. Let's see. So it's saying Armsman saying he's just seen that SIG release the M17 caliber kits for $400. Interesting. Not a fan of the M17 though. Let's see. Nick's saying that he likes the metal SIGs, but not as much as Beretta. Not worth spending the money. And that's true too. I mean, I guess it depends. I guess it depends on what's Beretta you're looking at. If it's like an M9, the A3s, those are expensive guns. I think they're reasonably priced for what they're giving you, but they're pretty pricey too. I mean, not as pricey as a Legion, but let's look at that 92X, and now it's got the 92X Compact, 92X Centurion, and those are actually lower also than Legions. But I would love to get one of those 92X. Probably the Centurion is the one I would like to get, but we'll see. I doubt it, but. Yeah, Tajay saying, hell, you can buy a non-safety M17 right now for under 600. Yeah, I don't really fancy those guns. I mean, they look like every other SIG. The Langdon trigger bar gives the 92 series almost as short of a reset as the SR. Really? So let me ask you this, Clint. Can you get away with just the trigger bar and still get that? Or do you have to do the whole trigger in the bag? That'd be interesting to know. So, the reason why I'm asking is because one of the things I'm doing with this thing, because there's not a lot of I guess, reciprocity with other parts, which is the reason why I think this is such a unique gun. But I wound up getting the short reset trigger for this and the trigger spring. So that should lighten things up a little bit. And not if it's not light enough, I got to see if this. I don't think this is a D spring in here, but it can use a D spring and lighten it up even more. So the only thing I don't know, and I don't know if anybody does because this is such a weird gun. Can you get this as a G model? Can I get this to convert into a G? Because when I look at the safety and everything, it doesn't look similar to any of the 92 models. So if anybody knows, that'd be great. Let's see. So David's saying he paid $980 new. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal. Although I don't know if I'd like the single action only. I would rather have, DASA. Yeah, this is very true. I actually shot it side by side with this one, which this one actually shot really well. Some slight differences between this and the A3, which I'll go into with the video. But the A3 definitely is a great gun. I mean, that is such a great shooter. It's not even funny. Okay, so Clint is saying you can use just the bar on its own. He did say you could use just the bar. Well, that's interesting. Duct tape and baling wire. Yeah, that'll look good. It'll look very futuristic for Mad Max movies. Definitely. All right, let's see. I think the 92 compact with swoop on the mag base plates has always looked awesome to me. I actually held a compact the other day. One of the things I didn't like was it's such a thick grip, but I like the 92X because it's more of that Vertec type of grip. And that's kind of where this one shines a little bit because this is kind of like I said, the evolutionary gun. You can see it's very straight up and down without that big hump. It's a little bit thicker than the M9A3, but still manageable. But there are some things on this frame that I don't like that they did change when they made the M9A3s, and I think that was a really good improvement now that I've shot both side by side. But I'm definitely keeping both of these Berettas because they're really just sweet guns. I am not a Big Daddy Unlimited member. I know some people who are, and they were honest with me, and they said they don't really think necessarily all of the deals are that great. I don't get commissioned by them to necessarily, say, hey, go to Big Daddy Guns Unlimited, unless they want to. I mean, are you a rep for them? Because I will absolutely do that. Let's see. Well, the 92X is their competition pistol, so the trigger is going to be sweet as hell. I don't really know too much about it because I know I can't afford it, so I'm not even looking at the 92X right now. But it's more of an evolution of the A3, so it's a little bit more ergonomic, a little thinner in the grip, a lot of similarities to the A3. So basically, what it is, they've taken the 92 FSs and now have changed them over to like an A3 style, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Do I ever talk rifles? I really don't. And the reason being is, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really spend a lot of time shooting rifles. Do I have rifles? Yes. Will I ever show them? From time to time. But I'm more of a handgun guy because that's what I carry with me every day. And the rifles are great, and I like shooting them, but I'm definitely more of the handgun guy. And personally, because I live in New York, because you have to kind of make your rifles look completely stupid in order to make it functional here, I just don't waste my time. Nick is saying that Lock does make Vertec grips. Yeah, I haven't really looked at grips yet for it. The only problem with this, and I'll show it to you, the 90-2 has this stupid grip that looks like this. So this is the wide grip. What I have on there is the thinner grip. But you can see this, guys, and I'll bring it up to the camera. It's like one piece. And let me tell you, this is like smooth. It's ridiculous. It's this, you might as well like take it off the gun. You really should. Or you're going to have to wrap it in sandpaper or something because it sucks. One of my favorite rifles right here. I love the 30-30. Love it. I think over the winter I'm going to acquire another one and I'm going to make it bad, like badass. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Ray saying he's got smaller hands. The A3 is a great fit. Yep, and it's that Vertec grip, man. It makes all the difference in the world. I totally agree with that. Ty J saying he likes the concept of Big Daddy, but I only buy one gun a year. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I agree. I love how you can pick your emoji skin tone on here, but they don't have my color. What color are you? Marlon's a Cowboy 44. Nice. Yeah, I like the 30-30. It's just got enough pop. It's got enough to put a hole through a concrete wall. It really changed on pistol preference over the last couple of years. When I first subbed, you were a Walther or bust. Yeah, I mean, but doesn't that happen? I mean, it's I think and I still have my PPQ. It's a great gun. I still love it. But I think over time, as you see a change in designing and you see people starting to get a little smarter in regards to ergonomics, slide height, those types of things. I think as a gun owner and as a, kind of as a fan of guns, you change with that. And again, look, that Walther PPQ is still a damn good shooter. I would even say I've evolved more. I've gone away from that plastic to more steel and more metal, which I did a video on, even saying that. So I think like anybody else, if you're into guns, there's nothing wrong with evolving on tastes and evolving on preferences. Some guns I've gotten, some guns I've sold because I didn't like them. But the PPQ is still there and it ain't going anywhere. As a matter of fact, every single time I've thought about getting rid of it, man, I just pull that trigger on that gun and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. It's just too good. Let's see. I've never shot an FS compact at all. I would think it may be a little bit off balance just because it's got such a long slide and a short grip. I can tell you just from this, the 90-2, this gun, man, is a nice shooting gun, but there's some strange little quirks to this gun as a whole. But again, video will come out and you can see that if you want to. Let's see. I bought my Legion 226 and it had the DSA. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm not going to mass. Big Al saying I love all my guns, or I wouldn't have bought them all. Yeah, I mean it's true. I think it's I think as a shooter, as somebody who and again I don't want to beat a dead horse and I'll just kind of say what Rotodima is saying. You should pick up a Masada. It's funny you say that, sir, because there's one on the way. So and again, I'm not getting into optics like full blown, but I think it's just to me the price it was $430 out the door. So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna go and see what happens. But yeah, that was the gun I was looking at. That's a gun I've been waiting for, sort of like that Caracol, which I'm still waiting for the damn county to get my coupon to me. But I'm going to say that the Masada, it looks like a really, really solid handgun. And again, I feel like it's from a manufacturer who makes, well, solid guns. I mean, they're making them for the military and the police in Israel. They've got to be pretty solid. Let's see. Ninja Scout saying, much change with time. I've went through a lot of trades till I really figured out what fits me in my shooting. 40 is my preferred caliber. Yeah, I mean, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, we have so many great choices, and I'll be honest with you, there's a part of me that does the YouTube thing where I want to try to make more content, so you got to have new stuff. But there's also the gun enthusiast in me that says, man, there are just certain guns that I don't even care if people don't want to see the review. They're just guns that I really want and I like, not for any real reason, but just because I like them that much. For example, there's no practical purpose for this gun. The Beretta 90-2, I'm not going to carry this gun. There's no reason for me to have it. And I love it because it's just so damn unique. That's why. And it is. You just can't find them. So just out of curiosity, what did you put on there? I have an Apex on mine, and it's freaking great. I love it. Do you ever skip leg day like me? I'm a little bit, I've been getting a little older, especially my knees. My knees feel like they're 40 years older than me. So I don't really do much heavy leg anymore. I run, I do a stationary bike to try to just keep my legs somewhat in shape, but you're not going to see me doing, crazy squats where I blow out my testicle because, it's too much weight. Let's see. Road Diamond saying 250 rounds through the Masada and it's quickly. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited for that gun. So stop talking about it because it's going to bother me. Dig the hat. Do I have any patches or stickers? I don't. I don't really have anything like that. I don't know. I don't really know how to do any of that stuff. I haven't really marketed my channel very well. If you guys, I know nobody's surprised by that, but I don't really do a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I think like a patch would be cool, but I just don't know if it's worth the cost. And I still don't want to ask people to pay for stuff. You know what I mean? And I don't want to give them away because it's going to cost me money. So it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know where I really am on any of that stuff. But if any of you have any insider information or if you know anybody, feel free to, send me an email, let me know, and I'll reach out to them. Let's see. Yep, Dennis is saying he put an Apex trigger in his 5-inch PPQ, DPM recoil system. I have both of those, and it's fantastic. It's a great gun. That's why I still have it. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, the Jericho's a nice gun too. It's a fantastic gun. Just wish they'd make a decocker model. They used to, but then they stopped, I think. And I really don't want to get a Magnum Research. That's a very good price for an A3. So Baldy keeps making fun of me because I'm a budget gun guy. You know what, Baldy? Shut up. Shut the hell up. All right. So, and listen, I don't care. I'm good with it, man. I'm totally good with that. I don't need $1,000 pistol every week to prove that I'm awesome because I already am, sir. That's funny. Let's see. Big Johnson does not know what a 40 cal is. Yeah, they stopped making those. Let's see. Winchester 1984 is well oiled and in the safe. It's not worth much on the market, but it's priceless to me. Exactly, man. And that's the beauty of it, And that's the one thing. I think that's the thing that gets lost in translation with people who are bashing gun owners. Like there are certain attachments to guns, and it's not because you want to like sleep with the gun and caress it at night. It's just that there is a certain fondness to it. Maybe it is a family member's gun. Maybe it served you well when you were in the military or in the police department or whatever it might be. Or maybe you just love shooting it because you've gotten a skill set that maybe you didn't have before. And those are the messages that really need to come out more, as opposed to all the stupid stuff. Big Al, I appreciate that, man. I'll look into it. Like I said, I don't really know how to do that stuff, but it would be kind of cool. Am I hearing any updates? Yes. What I would do if I was you, and I'm going to give him a big push here, go to TN Steyer's YouTube and his Instagram and hit him up. The guy knows everything about Steyer. I love Steyers. I know a lot about them, but he is the Steyer insider. I'm not, but he definitely is. And I can tell you they did get a shipment of them in, but they're all accounted for. So I think they're still waiting for more to come in, but there's some slowing down. But what I'm looking forward to is not necessarily the L9 version of it, but the M9A2. That's the one I'm waiting for. So hopefully in a couple of months, maybe a month or two, that'll be here. Pistol Pete saying I can donate the money. Yeah, I could donate the money into my own channel. I'm just kidding. I'm going to donate it to my kids' fund. That's funny. A 1776 robust patch would be a nice patch. It could be. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Patch people. Let me know. I mean, hook me up. Would I put a red dot on the Masada? That's its intended purpose. So probably. We'll see. We'll see. I only have one. I have the Venom, and I don't really want to spend money on something else. Anybody know of any site that'll ship standard cap mags to Chicago? Yeah, go to eBay. It's where I buy my magazines most of the time. PX4 Storm, interesting gun. It really is nice. I made it into a G mode, so a decox only, and I also have a D spring in it. Excuse me. I mean, it's a nice gun. I mean, there's some things that need to be altered. I think the grip is too smooth, and it's just kind of an odd feeling gun in the hand. It's not like perfectly ergonomic, but it's not bad. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird gun, but it's nice. It's got a solid offer. I know there's a lot of people that love them. So let's see. Find gun websites. He's on Yankees chat every other Thursday. He handles their patches. It's not worth it though, according to That's funny. Let's see. Are those stickers on your safe or magnetic stickers? No, they're all stickers, man. Whenever I buy something or somebody sends me something, I just throw their stickers on there. That's all that is. They're all stickers. Yep. All right, I'm gonna go right through this. Let me see. Dennis is buying a Dan Wesson Razorback 10 millimeter. God, you must have had a lot of cash back. Holy smokes. You better stop charging, son. Here we go. I will buy a Grand Power Excalibur if I can get one for 550. Bald and Curious will sell you his. Hmm. So is it a 90-2? I'm assuming. Hmm. I mean, it's nice. I do like it. It's such an interesting gun. I mean, they really had a nice idea with it. But all right. So Rotodime is saying that the only thing about the Masada is it needs more aggressive stippling. All right, so that's good to know. But how's that trigger? That's the one thing I'm interested in. How's the trigger on it? I don't think so. I don't think the rotating barrel does offset much in regards to. I know some people say, "Oh yeah, it does. It does." Maybe for like heavier calibers or like a 40 or 45. But I didn't really notice a tremendous amount of difference in recoil in a 9 millimeter. PX4 Langdon kit rocks. I'm sure it does, man. I have. I watched the whole season. Awesome show. So if you guys have not watched the show The Boys on Amazon, you guys don't know what you're missing. If you're into superhero movie or shows, it's pretty funny. It's a funny show. I mean, just completely not what you would think. But yes, I loved that show. It was great. Oh, wow. Big Al, man. Appreciate that, buddy. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. I had somebody comment on one of my videos today about my comment about 9 millimeter and being able to easily control it or whatever, and I guess they got offended because apparently 45 is also easy to control. So sorry, guys. Not PPQ or kind of good, but it is very good. Almost zero play. That'll do. That'll do. I don't know if you have any experience with the APX. Would you compare it to an APX trigger? Because that kind of it sounds a little bit like that. Because the APX is a good trigger, not PPQ good, or even the Elite good, but it's pretty solid. Big Johnson agrees. The boys is good. It's a great show. A lot of people giving some advice on that Dan Wesson. Yeah, I mean, Dave, it's kind of if you decide to get it, don't expect to do a lot with it. I'll be honest with you, and I have no expectations, but I will tell you, I am going to send it out. It is going to get stippled because this Dave, this is too slick. It's horrible, um, and I'm going to do some work on the slide and all this other stuff. So there's going to be some things done with this gun, and not because I really want to do anything with it personally, but I just want to kind of clean it up a little bit. It is again used, and it's in really good shape. It's not a great shape, but I definitely want to clean it up a little bit. So it's going to get a Cerakote job on here, and a couple other things. So it should be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. Now I just need to know how to strip the thing because I have no idea. Let's see. Is there a flashing red light or is it just my screen? Um, I think it might be just your screen. Lighter than the APX. That's a good thing because the APX is a little heavier. The APX trigger is an interesting. It's an interesting gun. Like I love the Centurion. As a matter of fact, well, let me move here and get this bad boy out. Where the hell is it? There it is. So that's the APX. This is not an actual, FD frame. This is a ghetto spray can job, but it came out pretty cool. But the Centurion is my favorite of all of them. It's just the right size, but the trigger is pretty good. I mean, here's your trigger, so just a little bit of take up, and and it's not a lot of movement. And then here's your reset, right there. So it's a little bit long, but it's a very smooth trigger. I do like it. I have not been able to figure out if you can get a reduced power striker in this thing with a spring, but I don't know if it fits the Centurion. I haven't been able to figure that out. So if anybody knows that, please let me know because that's something I'm interested in doing because apparently it drops it to, I think, like a 4-pound trigger, which would be nice. So if anybody knows that, let me know. There you go. There's your answer for the reciprocating or the rotating barrel. Let's see. Kathleen saying, all I know is Glock is the best gun that has ever been made, almost shoots itself. I'm kind of disagreeing with that. I have the RDO, regular full size, and the Centurion. Yeah, Centurion to me is the best one of them all. I had a full size, got rid of it. I really should have kept it. Like if I look back at it now, it probably would have been the system I would have kept. Just gone with the APX Centurion and the APX full size, and probably ditched my Glocks because I do like the APX much better. But again, if anybody knows if the reduced striker spring in this gun that you can buy from Beretta, can you fit it in the Centurion? Is the striker the same length in this as it is in the full size? I have not shot a 357 SIG. I want to, but I have not shot one. Let's see. I do. I still have my 19X. That is the one Glock that I still have. And it'll probably be the one Glock I keep unless one day I get an urge to sell it. But right now it's my house duty gun. Big Johnson wants to know what a Glock is. Oh, I'm sure you know, sir. He's open carrying in Yellowstone. That would be cool. I just want to open carry one day. That's it. Just once. Oh, 357 Magnum. No, sir, I have not. I have not shot that. No. A Glock is a brick with a trigger. It's. I'll tell you the 19X and the 17 also because it has that longer grip. That's the one Glock that really feels good in my hand. The 19s are okay, but they're still just a little off for me. But I always liked the 19X, man. That's why I haven't been able to part ways with it because it feels really good, shoots really nice for me. It's probably a keeper, but we'll see. Fresh as a green. Let's see. Citizen saying he wouldn't trade my P10C for 2 Glocks. Honestly, the P10's a nice gun. I would not have a problem owning one again. I just got tired of it. It's like one of those things you just get tired of it. Like to me, it's just a little bit too long in the grip. I like the slide on it. I like the way it's built. But I just think there are better options out there, maybe. But again, it's always personal preference. You guys know that. Ty J agrees. Yeah, the 19X is just good. Where that hump goes down to the bottom, it hits the right spot on the hand. Yeah, it's not the best trigger. Throw an Apex in there. I bought a box of 357 SIG by mistake. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Pistol Pete is saying his likes his M&P 2.0 better than the P10C. Yeah, I mean, there's just, you know what, that's the thing though. Like, there's just no wrong answer anymore. I don't think there is. You know, I think there's just so many good guns available, and it's such an array of differences, and maybe not even huge differences between them, but just enough of a difference to appeal to just about anybody. And I think that's what's so awesome about it. Nick is saying, I don't know if you saw my comment earlier. Check out gun websites, YouTube channel. He knows about patches. Yes, I did see that. I will do so, sir. Thank you. Yeah, that's called a glockenspiel. But that is funny, right, I guess. Not all of them. Oh, actually, mine. Yeah, mine did. Mine came with the Glock sights, but I replaced those too. What a surprise! Yeah, I love the M&P. This is such a nice shooting gun. I was carrying that for a couple of weeks. I actually, like I said earlier, I started carrying the 225A1. This actually might become my go-to carry. I freaking love this gun. I love it. So glad. So glad that dude sold it. Sucker. Let's see. All right. So AC is saying, what is my opinion on Arsenal Strike One or the new Type B? You know, I've only held an Strike One once, and that was Bald and Curious's. I think he was trying to sell it to me because he likes to do that. He tries to sell everything that he doesn't want anymore. But we all do that. But you know, it was nice. I will tell you, Bald and Curious beats the crap out of his guns. But because he uses them, he's a good shooter, and you know they shouldn't look like they just came out of a file cabinet. But it's nice, you know. I mean, the Type B. You know, I was on the waiting list initially, and then it took like god awful time to get those guns here, and I stepped back. Kind of glad I did because it's nice, but I mean, is it really worth that price? I don't know. You know, again, if I ever shoot one, that could change, but right now I don't have any interest in that gun. Fresh is saying P10C is king of his striker collection with a 2.0 compact close second. Those are good choices. Very good choices. Citizen saying not a Glock fanboy. There are many better options. I agree. I agree with that. There's so many good options right now. Let's see. It's a nice revolver. I shot it when I was younger. Haven't shot in years. Favorite Steyr. My favorite Steyr was that funny. I was actually having a conversation with TN Steyr about this. My favorite is the M9. I feel like that is the perfect Steyr. The L9 is good because it's got the long slide. But that M9 to me is probably the best of all of them. You know, I have a ton of rounds through that gun, no failures, just a super, super awesome handgun. It's actually in here. But I would totally, totally recommend an M9, whether it's an A1 or an A2. Big Al is pushing me to get these damn patches. I'll buy the first one at a higher price. All right, so what I'm going to do, Big Al, I'm going to sell you one patch for $800. Are you down with that, sir? And I wouldn't sell it to you at a high price. I'd sell it to you whatever it's at. All right, so Citizen is already apologized. No need to apologize, you know? I mean, you know, it is what it is. You like your XDM, bro. That's good. It's all good, man. And I know there's going to be some haters out there. Oh, they're sellouts and they sold their blah, blah, blah. So did some other gun companies in history, guys. Dave Gass loves the new look. Yeah, it is kind of cool. It's very plain Jane, but you know what? I like it. It's very calming. I hope everybody feels calm. And it's basic. I like it. It's gray. It's gray in the back. Let's see. Big Johnson has a good point. People can shoot and own anything they want. And that's the beauty of it. Like I said, when I first bought the 225, I'm saying to myself, I don't need this gun. There's no point in this handgun whatsoever. It's 8 rounds. That's it. Now that I've shot it and I carried it, I friggin' love it. And I would have really been pissed if I didn't get it. And then even with the 90-2, man, there's no purpose for this gun. None. Zero. I can't even lie to you and say there is. But it's just friggin' cool. I mean, it's just a cool gun. Fresh saying an old Gen 1. Listen, that's a good choice too. You know, I wish they would have kept the paddle. I think Walther makes a better paddle than HK. The paddle I like on the Walther is a lot longer and a lot more usable. Big Al saying he would go in for a $100. Is that $100 or $100,000? Because that's a comma. So be careful what you're putting here, Big Al. He just caught me on that. Damn it, Big Al. Yeah, we'll see. I will look into it. I promise. I promise. I definitely promise that. Just got my first 92 FS. Which mags are reliable? Pff, any of them. Um, Let me see what I got out here. I don't even know what the hell I have on my desk here. So this is the M9A3 mag, and this is the 90-2. So this gun I have, this remember the 90-2, they stopped making it in 2006, as far as I know. So it was either 2006 or 2012 because it only had a 6-year run. So this is the magazine out of the 90-2. That's the magazine out of the M93. With the exception of the coating on this one, it is identical to this one. Well, how do I know? Because I shot both of them out of the gun. So just look for Beretta magazines. They're all fairly reliable. They're made in Italy, which we all know is Mekgar. So I don't think you can go wrong with that. All right, let's see what we got here. Nick is saying there are many good options. Everybody's tastes and needs are different, except Glock. Everything is better than Glock. So I guess you're not a fan of Glock. All right, no problem. Kathleen saying, I still have a hard time buying a pistol over 1,000. Yeah, I can't do that. I just, for the life of me, I can't do it, especially a pistol. If it's a rifle, I can see that because you're gonna get just a really awesome rifle. But for a pistol, I'm not into that. It's just not for me. And I think it's impractical. I mean, it's not for everybody. Some people can do it and they don't have a problem, and there's no, no bad blood. But at the same time, for me, it's not practical in my life. It's just not. All right, let's see. Let's see. The revolvers are so reliable. Never had a malfunction with one. Can't say the same with a semi. That's true. That's true. Tajay saying his paddle sticks. I don't know what that's about. Mekgar. Yep, I got some CZ mags that I've gotten on the cheap because Mekgar makes all of them. They just don't stamp them the name of the gun manufacturer. Big Al saying 51 is watching. Oh, not bad. Well, I got 55 on mine, Big Al. So I'm seeing 56 now. Woo, big time. Yeah, man. Like I said, I like to talk and see what you guys are thinking. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, Mekgar definitely is the way you go, and like I said, look on, I hate saying them because they suck when it comes to gun parts, but eBay sometimes, man, you can find some crazy good deals on things like magazines. And sometimes you can't, but you got to shop around, man, and you'll be able to find some stuff on the cheap. What sight removal tool do you recommend, men? See these? My hands, a brass punch, and a brass and polymer hammer. That's all I do. Let's see. And if I can't, then I send it away. I'd send it to my gun guy because sometimes they're a bear to get off. Yeah, and Big Al, you make a great point. I mean, if you're going to use $1,000 gun, like that's the thing for me. Like if you have $1,000 gun that you're going to be shooting in a competition and all that other stuff, go for it. Because you know that it has a purpose. But if you have like $1,000 gun that sits in your safe and does absolutely nothing, to me that's like sort of a waste. I don't know. But again, that's my personal opinion. Yep, Dennis, you are correct. If it says in Italy, it is a Mekgar. That is true. 1,800 for a black lab. That's actually pretty good. Pretty good. I got 60. Oh, wow, nice. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Kathleen saying it's my magnetic personality. Kathleen, I feel that you're a little passive aggressive towards me. Maybe it's because I throw out big terms every once in a while. Maybe that's it. Let's see. Big John saying buy guns that you can afford and like. Listen, I don't care what anybody does. You just buy a damn gun. I'm happy with that. Pistol saying if you teach phys ed, you are still considered I am not a phys ed teacher. Listen, Pistol Pete, I am not a teacher. Okay? I swear I am not a teacher. Okay? And I don't teach phys ed. Maybe I should have done that. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with this statement wholeheartedly. The two toughest guns that I've ever had with sights are the Steyrs and Smith and Wesson every once in a while. Some of the Smith and Wessons I've had have, I mean, I remember the first shield I ever bought. I swear to God, I thought they welded that sight to the damn gun. I couldn't get to move. I couldn't even budget. See, Kim, money is only green paper. True. Yes, but you have to have a lot of green paper to survive. That is very true. Nick saying his pit bull was 120 bucks out the door from a pound. Yeah, actually, one of my dogs we rescued from a kill shelter, and it cost us like 50 bucks. And they actually drove the dog to us in New York from Georgia, and I picked it up, and she's a great dog. She's not a pit bull though; she's a mutt. Mutts are the best. Let's see. Citizen saying you got a 92 used slide lock back one round too early, bent spring down and mag, and runs like a sewing machine. Look, I know there's a bad rap on the 92s based on the military, but I have so far not had any problems with the A3, and I had no problems with this 90-2. Very smooth shooting guns. Am I a utility worker? No, sir, I am not. Shield and Sphinx. Yeah, I don't have any experience with the Sphinx, but the shield is a pain in the ass. Yep, same, and that's true. I agree with that. XD sites are also very tight. Fresh. I am not a teacher. That's funny. This is very true. Best sites to remove Glock because they're junk. And the Glocks, they do fall out themselves. Sometimes they come on. They're like half on, half off. Gotta love those things. I am an armed crossing guard. You're right. You're absolutely right. You got me. Finally. Yeah. And I think that's the same for Smith as well. Although I have had a lot of success with the M&Ps. The compact and the full size were super easy to get off. But the shields, man, unbelievable how hard that was. Big Johnson sells ice cream. He's got an ice cream truck. Yeah, the Rock stunt double. I'd have to, probably bulk up a little bit more for that. I wish. That'd be great. So that's kind of interesting. So Big L, there was one I saw today. It was an older Ruger. It was hammer fired stainless slide. It was in great shape, man. It was a 45. I can't remember what it was called, but it wasn't an SR 45 or anything like that. It was an older Ruger, but it looked like it was brand new. It was in pristine shape. And I think they were asking, God, I want to say they were asking you 375 or 425 for it. What do you think about the gun companies raising their prices? PSA, for example. Well, I mean, why are they raising their prices? Because you know what everybody's doing right now. Everybody's hoarding everything. They're going to hoard guns because of the fear of a ban. And PSA is a company, and no matter how good these companies want to play that they're pro 2A and all that. At the end of the day, it's all about money. So if they have the opportunity to make more money off of everybody's fears, cha-ching, that's not a surprise. How do the Glock mags work in the PC? I don't know yet. I haven't shot it. That's the one thing I haven't shot yet. Probably going to go this week coming up. I'm actually going to take my son with me so he can shoot it. He's shot 22. He hasn't shot a 9mm, so I'm really excited for him on that one. But I already switched it out. It's all taking Glock mags so far. The mags go in perfectly, eject perfectly, and everything locks back. So it should be pretty good. I'm looking at some of these comments, guys. Let's see. One other site that I had a problem with was it was on my P01. I think it was my P0. No, it was on my original P10. I wound up getting a front night sight for it, and I had to beat the crap out of the front sight to get it out. And it just it looked like a car crash because the thing was crumbled by the time I was done. And I had never had that experience with CZs before. But that thing was pushed in there good. Oh, Big Al makes a good point. Metals are higher now because of the tariffs. That's a good point. Yeah, I hope so. I think he will. He's going away for a couple of days, going to lacrosse camp. So when he comes back, I'm gonna take him. But I'm actually taking my daughter first. He's so pissed. Yeah, good luck, Joe. Why don't you come for your Botox? That guy, man, he needs to shut up. All right, everybody. So we are now an hour and 5 minutes into this. So I'm actually going to call it quits. Just want to briefly say a couple of things before everybody starts heading out. So first off, I'm going to answer this really quick. I have heard of Dead Ringer. Not interested in those. But first off, I just want to say thank you very much for watching these live streams. Also, if you're not aware, I went over finally 10,000 subs this past week. Again, is it the pinnacle of success for YouTube? Not really, obviously, but for me, I'm awesome with it. I've got 10,000 subs. I've never had to, do anything but bring content. And yes, it took a lot to do it, but I'm pretty happy with that. So I appreciate everybody who's helped me get there. Whether it's all the subscribers, the companies that have donated products for reviews, which a lot of these stickers on the back represent that. And all I can say is, we're going to keep on going for as long as we can. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe, everybody. And as always, freedom is never free, folks.